Hey beautiful people, it's Rickita and I'm back with another video. So on this video, I want to show you all an account. I want to actually show you two separate accounts. And I want to tell you guys like when you don't want to actually dispute an account and how to find out if a company is able to sue you for this debt. Now, it's only a certain amount of time that companies can actually sue you for a debt. And you need to know that amount of time because sometimes you may try to dispute an account on your credit reports and then all of a sudden they're trying to sue you. And you don't want that to happen. But I want to teach you all how to find out if a company can actually sue you. That way, you guys can be protected if they were to sue you and you know, hey, I'm outside my statute of limitations. You'll know that they're not able to sue you. So that's one reason why that lawsuit will have to be dropped. And then also, you'll know, hey, I should just leave this account alone. It's about to be 3 more months and they can't sue me anymore. I'll dispute it then. But I want you all to know this because some people got debts that's, you know, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. And if you all start disputing those accounts, you have a great chance of actually being sued. So I want to teach you this little trick on how to find out if companies are able to sue you. And this little trick too can actually help you all if you are getting sued, so that you can see, oh, I'm outside that statute of limitations. Anyone is supposed to just sue me for this debt, because a lot of collection agencies will still try to sue you without knowing your true statute of limitation that your data last activity most likely it is. So let me show you these two accounts. So when it comes down to companies being able to sue you, each state, they have a certain time frame that they can be able to sue you. So let me actually show you that first. That's probably going to be better. So if you look right here, I have a document that I put together that I actually use when I want to find out like the statute of limitations on certain accounts. I got this document. It's put together and I have it available for you all too. And it's inside my exclusive credit membership. Now with this document, it tells you by state. So every state is on here. You can look and see, you can find your state and you can see your statute of limitations on your debt. So there's different types of debt. You got oral debts. That's when you just basically say, hey, I'm gonna pay you back. Y'all don't have a contract. You just said that you're gonna pay them back. Maybe you just shook hands on it, but you just do not have a contract. You both did not sign. And those are just oral debts. And usually it's between like family members and friends. You also have written agreements. That's where you all may get like an auto loan. That's a written agreement. You guys also have promissory debts, usually promissory notes and things like that. That can be your student loans. That can be your mortgage also. Open-ended debts, it's like credit cards, most likely like store credit cards and then lines of credit. And then also you have just your credit card debts. And I have that as just credit cards. And then you have judgments. Judgments are when a company, they already took you to court and they have a judgments, but they have a certain amount of time to collect on those judgments. So that those judgments are actually there. And that's usually between 3 and 20 years. So let me actually look up a state. So let's say you stay in, I have a lot of people from Georgia that watch my channel. Let's actually look up Georgia. So for Georgia, oral debts, you have 4 years. Written debts, you have 6 years. Promissory debts, you have 6 years. Open-ended debts, you have 6 years. And then credit card debts, you also have 6 years. Now, you also want to check for judgments. So let's go down all the way to the bottom and check for judgments. So your judgment is actually going to be the last row right here. So that is 7 years. They have 7 years when it comes down to judgments. Now, I have this list. You guys can definitely get the list. It's on my website on All Things Rickita. You'll see I'm going to edit where it says shop my store. I'm going to have my digital downloads link to make it easier for you all. But you'll see it down here in the list. I have my statute of limitations of debt. It's only $4. You'll get the complete list. You'll have it. You'll know. Definitely go ahead and download that to check it out. Now, let me show you how to find out, because it's like, okay, Rickita, statute of limitations, what are you talking about? Let me show you how to find out. So I have 2 accounts here and I want to show both of the accounts to you. So what I always tell people to look at is look at your last date of payment and then your last date of activity, because your last date of activity is going to determine how long they have to actually sue you on that debt. That's when the clock starts ticking, your last date of activity. And Also, too, you want to look at your last date of payment, because a lot of these accounts in your credit reports are inaccurate. So you can't even figure it out fully what's your complete date without actually getting your statements from the actual company. So if it was, we looking at First Premier right now, if you really want to know your last date of activity, you really need to look at your statements. You need to get all your statements to be able to find out what's your last date of activity. But usually your last date of activity is the first day that you became delinquent. That's the first day that you became delinquent, or your last date of payment. So let's go ahead and look at theirs and figure out their statute. That we'll figure out their time frame on where they're at, and hopefully, they're outside the statute of limitations. So for this one, don't forget, I don't know if I said it already, but I'm not an attorney. If you all have problems with getting sued or anything like that, you need to consult with an attorney. And I have my list of attorneys also on the website right up under statute of limitations. You can look through there and find you an attorney. But for them, their last date of activity, they have 3 different dates. Can you see that? From 2019, 2018, and then different months also. So with this one, we don't truly know their last date of activity, but we can say, if we were to average this out, we can say that it is around December, January. You want to look at your actual statements to know that for sure. Now, December or January 2018. Now, it could possibly be sooner than that, because if you look at their last date of payment, that is September 1st, 2018. That is that's the first, it's actually later than all of these. So if you look, it says it was September 1st, and all other ones, like this one says December 16th, 2018. We're looking at TransUnion just to make sure. Let me zoom in some. I think we should look at this one. Let's focus on this one. Let's make sure let's act like it's correct, because if we just assume, it's going to be hard for me to explain this to you all, and I'm already rambling on without even getting my point across. Because all the different dates. Let's act like this date is correct, right? You have to look at your statement. The last date you were active on this account, that is back December 6, 2018, and then your last date of payment was September 1st, 2018. So what we're going to go off of is your last date of activity, and your last day of activity was December 6th. So if we were to use this date and we were act like it's today, we're in July 2022, then we'll say that you're 3.5 years. Yeah, you're about 3.5 years, almost 4 years. So what we want to do is, you want to find out what state you stay in on the list, and you want to find out how long they have to sue you. So let's say we stay, let's do another random one. Let's say that you stay in Kentucky. Let's say Kentucky, and we want to figure out these dates. So Kentucky. So if we're looking at Kentucky, if it's a credit card debt, because that's what it is, this company will have 5 years to actually sue you. So it's actual 5 years. So they'll have 5 years to actually sue you. Now, don't forget, you can make this date change by making a payment. As soon as you make a payment on this account, that date is going to be renewed. I don't care if it's 20 cents, a penny, $1, $20. That date is going to change the last date of activity. So now they have more time now. So now the date is going to be moved to July 2022, or whenever you pay it. So let's assume that no payments was made on this account. If they have 5 years to sue, let's just act like we're going to go off of December 6, 2018. That means that they have until 2023. December 6, 2023 to actually sue for this account here. So that's how you're going to find out how long they have to sue you all. And don't forget, you have different accounts. So you may have your mortgage. So you may have like your mortgage, you may have credit cards, you may have auto loans, you may have just an oral debt where you say you agreed to pay something. So you have all of these different accounts, so you want to check on each of them and see how long they have to sue you. But like I said too, I put this video together, a lot of people's asking about it, and I have it here. Statute of limitations, that's the amount of time companies have to sue you. It's only $4. You guys can get that full list and download it. You can have it that way. If you to move different states, talking to a friend like, oh no girl, you can't do that, you can tell them what they're able to do in terms of their state, like how long companies have. But I definitely have that here for you all, and I have a lot of digital downloads here that you guys can definitely check out. I have dispute letters to help remove these accounts that's on your credit reports, inquiry removal, bankruptcy letter for you guys to send to the courthouse. If you have a bankruptcy on your credit report, that letter is going to help you get your bankruptcy deleted from your credit reports. If you guys are getting calls from a collection companies, then I have a letter that you guys can send to the collection company. And remember, when it comes down to your collection company, if a company is not able to sue you, or if they said they're not going to sue you, then I will send them that letter saying, hey, don't call me at all. Like, stop calling me, especially if they're calling you for old debts. This debt is 15 years old, or even if it's 5 years old, if you only have it 3 years for statute of limitation, I will send them that letter and tell them don't call you anymore, basically. And then they can't legally call you, period. Or even if you have a debt that's, I don't care if it's new collection agency just got it, if you don't care and you like, don't call me, don't text me, you can still send that to them. But don't forget, if that debt is valid, they can still sue you, but they gonna have to stop calling. Still, you have the right to tell them that. Only reason that they can send you a letter is to be able to tell you what they're going to do. Like, hey, I'm going to sue you. They can send you a final letter to tell you what they're going to do. But definitely you can send that letter in. If you got duplicate accounts in your credit report, you can send this letter in. Outdated accounts, reinserted accounts. Sometimes people is an authorized user on accounts and they're using too much on that credit card. The credit card going to default and they still got that account on their credit reports and they're losing their mind. You can remove yourself as an authorized user on that credit card and then send this letter in right here so that you can remove that account from your credit reports. Like, authorized users on you're on a credit card, if that credit card is being maxed out, if that credit card is not being paid, it's going to hurt your credit report just like it's hurting that person's credit report on who the account you was adding on. So definitely check that out. And I have so many different things here. Like I said, the inquiry removal, the utilization tracker, and I have so many different saving challenges here. These are the challenges that I use to be able to save money, and I have them here for you all. So when I save $500 for my children's birthday, I have this challenge here that I do to save money for their birthday. But there's so many different challenges here, and I'm going to make a separate video of each challenge so that you guys can be able to see it. And again, if you have any questions, definitely drop them down in the comments. And I only answer the questions from people that's actually subscribed to my channel. I have an assistant. I tell them, hey, you can answer the rest of the questions as you see fit. But I focus on people that's actually subscribed. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because that's how I'm figuring out how to make different videos. But hopefully this will all help you all. I'll see you guys in the next video.